toneandtitan.com. Got my lovely assistant and beautiful wife here with me. This is Camille. Camille's actually the inspiration behind most of the workouts and things that I share on Tone and Titan, so I'm stoked that she's here today. Today we're talking about diastasis recti, or diastasis recti. I've heard it said both ways. Something that is maybe a common topic, especially amongst new mothers, people like that. And so we recently welcomed a new baby into our home, and she's about 6 weeks old. And so Camille, earlier this week, had her 6-week appointment with her doctor, and he cleared her to start working out again and to resume some normal exercise, some normal activity. So she's pretty stoked about that. So she came to me and she said, Jared, my abs are shot. Like, I have no abs going on right now.
They're completely gone.
Which happens, right? I mean, like 6 weeks ago, she had a child inside of there. Right. It's to be expected, right? And so she kind of came to me and said, "Hey, what are some ab moves that I can do? What are some exercises I can do?" And I said, first things first, let's just check and see. Let's clear you to make sure that we're good to resume this, normal workout routine that you've done in the past. And so I wanted to check her for diastasis recti. And so I thought it would be cool if maybe we could show all you guys how to do that as well. Again, just something that's important to do before jumping back into a normal workout routine. Okay? And so what I'm going to have Camille do is she's going to lay down on her back. While she's doing that, let me just say it's important to note. Yeah, it's important to note that before we do any of this, make sure that you get clearance from your doctor. 6 weeks is kind of the unwritten norm, I guess, or maybe it's written, I don't know. It's kind of the standard that most docs go by, is about that 6-week mark. However, some circumstances may be 8 to 10 weeks, and so make sure you have clearance from your doctor before jumping into any workout routine. And so what I've got Camille doing, so she's going to lie on her back with her knees bent. She's going to bring one arm back behind her head, just like that. And then what we want to do, so the muscle that we're after here, it's called the rectus abdominis, okay? It's kind of the six-pack muscle. It's long and it's vertical, and it goes down. It goes from your bottom ribs to the top of your pelvis. And so it's this guy right here. And what happens during pregnancy is that's the one that is stretched the most. That's the one that's put under the most stress, and therefore it tends to undergo the most trauma. The muscle itself is made of 2 muscle bellies that come down, and then they're connected by a ligament right down the middle. It goes right from your breastbone, basically down through your belly button to the top of your pelvis right here. And so it's that ligament that as it gets stretched, it can get stretched so far to the point where it actually separates a little bit, and that's what we're going to refer to as that diastasis recti, or diastasis recti. And so that's what we want to make sure that we don't have that going on before resuming these normal workout activities. And so to check that, so she's laying down, and so what I'm going to have her do is so she's got her right hand up behind her head, put her left hand, we're going to take 3 fingers, and she's going to put them vertically just above her belly button. Good, just like that. Now what I want her to do is just lift her head and shoulders up off of the floor. This isn't like a full crunch. We're not getting an ab work on. All I want to do is activate those abdominal muscles. Okay, and so she can come in here, and then with those 3 fingers, she's feeling for 2 things. So first of all, you can kind of feel the valley between those 2 muscle bellies right there. So you kind of find the middle of it. And then what she's going to do is she's going to kind of follow that all the way up. Good. Good. And then she's going to follow that also all the way down, just right below her belly button as well. And you're feeling for a couple of things with this. With your fingers in the vertical, like this, you're checking the integrity of the ligament. And so you're going to go in there, you should feel like there's a block in there. You should feel like that ligament is intact as you go up and down. Okay? And hers feels really good. Hers feels, I'm not worried about any separations in there. If there were a separation, to be a little, I want to say squishier, don't take that offensive, but you're going to be able to kind of go down there a little bit deeper. There's going to be less resistance to it. So you're going to check the integrity of the ligament up and down. Okay? The other thing that I'm going to do, so right again, this was the fingers in the vertical position. I want to rotate my fingers into the horizontal. Okay, so find again where that is. And if I rotate here, I can kind of get, maybe 2 fingers in there. And then as I go up closer towards her sternum up here, it's maybe a 1-finger separation. Kind of that 1 to 2 finger separation is going to be completely normal with this. And it's something that we're not too worried about. If you can turn 3 fingers horizontal in there, you've got a pretty good separation going on. And You may need some further help. You may need to do some other exercises, which I also have available. I'll leave a link to that exercise, to that workout for the diastasis recti in the description of the video, or I'll leave it in a comment below. But there's some things that you can do to kind of close that up first. So again, 1 to 2 fingers is totally normal, but if it's 3, there's some things that you want to do to kind of conservatively close that up before jumping back into some of these abdominal workouts. So, what do you think? Try it out.
It's medium.
Medium. We've got a medium verdict on here. No, and it feels really good. Again, so with my fingers in the vertical, we're testing the integrity of it, so you should be able to feel a little bit of some resistance there. Turn your fingers in the horizontal, you're checking the degree of the separation on there. Hers feels really good.
Oh, good.
And so in that case, I would give her some clearance to start working out again. I did show her some ab stuff that I want her to start doing. Again, we're not going to jump into planks and sit-ups and kind of full hardcore. We're going to kind of ease into it a little bit.
What happens if you did go hardcore without repairing it?
No, really good question. And so the danger there is that your abs have been under a certain degree of trauma. And so the last thing you want to do is to continue to basically traumatize those. If you throw too much at it too soon, you're at risk of increasing that separation and actually perpetuating that diastasis, that separation of those muscles in there. Something that we don't want to do. You want a nice strong core, you want a nice strong abdominal wall. I mean, not only because swimsuit season's coming, but because just the function in general. You know, as a young mom, Camille, all you young mothers out there are doing a lot of lifting and carrying and things like that, where you've got to have a nice strong core and able to do those exercises and to do those activities. And so again, I've already showed Camille a few exercises. We're going to work a few muscles a little bit differently than jumping straight back into sit-ups and crunches, but that'll be another video for another day. So anyway, hope you guys found this informative. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment below, and we'll see you next time. Don'tUntighten.com.